Hey everyone, it's Drew, and today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the breakup anthem. The breakup anthem is a genre that is as old as music itself, but always feels so painfully current. Today we'll journey from the 19th century with Robert Schumann to today's pop sensation Taylor Swift. Trust me, I'm gonna connect the dots on this one, and they may have more in common than you could ever imagine. These anthems are more than just sad songs. They're emotional lifelines. This music captures the messy, raw essence of heartache and has been doing so for centuries. We're starting at the 19th century in the heart of the Romantic era. Now, I don't expect all of you to have sat through several agonizing semesters of music history classes in college like I have, so you may not be familiar with the great German composer Robert Schumann. The legacy of his work isn't just about pretty melodies, it's about capturing the intricate dance of joy and sorrow. He was a poet, really. He composed music not just about being in love, but about experiencing intense heartbreak, about witnessing intense heartbreak, and all the different personas and phases involved. And as a critic of other composers' music lacking emotion, he really paved this evolutionary way for music to become ever more expressive, emotional, and sad. As we exit the Romantic era, we have to talk about jazz. Although I play guitar and sing in the Soul Talk, I studied jazz for many years and would even say I still am, as well as avidly teaching private students on the saxophone, guitar, bass, and just kind of jazz theory. This is where I get a lot of my emotional expression in music when I write, is my jazz background. The idea that different notes can express different emotion and evoke different feelings. Musicians like Miles Davis, Billie Holiday, and Chet Baker were pioneers for kind of like sad jazz or the heartbreak jazz, and really sort of gave that music a harmonic complexity that maybe the blues or prior iterations of the genre didn't have. Sort of similarly to how Schumann saw Mozart's music as lacking emotional complexity and vowed, as a critic of him, vowed to make more emotional music. That's kind of how jazz musicians were with adding this complex harmony and deeper layer of emotion to the music. The next obvious stop is Joni Mitchell, a true musical genius. Took all the complexity and the emotions of jazz music and put her folk spin on it with incredibly introspective topics and lyrics, many of which directly referring to or at least alluding to heartbreak. Blue. This album is a gold standard for breakup anthems. Tracks like River and A Case of You are intimate and evocative, and have the kind of emotional depth that resonates across generations. Mitchell's Blue is a textbook example of the tortured poet's approach and set a huge benchmark for emotional storytelling. Taylor Swift is obviously the modern torchbearer of the breakup anthem. From her country roots to her pop stardom, Swift has made a career out of channeling her emotional experiences into chart-topping hits. Some of my favorite songs of hers, like Dear John, dive directly into a horrible experience of her heartbreak and mistreatment from another famous artist, John Mayer. She puts it all out there and isn't afraid to get deep down to the hardest parts of a broken heart. Back to the 19th century, to the Romantic era, my boy Schumann, one of his most popular works is Dieter Lieb, which I remember from music history back in college, which offers a glimpse into the heartache and introspection of a poet grappling with love and loss. This deeply personal and emotional song cycle, translated as a poet's love, reflects the same sort of archetype and themes that we see in Taylor Swift's record, The Tortured Poets Department, which is an incredible album full of some of the best breakup anthems I've ever heard. And Taylor is already inspiring a new generation of songwriters. Olivia Rodrigo, Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, and so many more are all following in her footsteps, even if only a few years behind her. She showcased the power of the modern breakup song. Hi, I'm Drew, and I write sad songs. And in the midst of my own personal catharsis, I'm like 7, 8, or 9 songs deep on this breakup. It sucks, and the songs are painful to play and listen to. But it's also part of a horrible process I don't even really want to go through. And while going through this breakup has been tough, it's also pushed me to write more deeply and honestly. But for myself. Because everyone says, oh, you'll write so many great songs now. that now that you've had this breakup, which is so true, but it's a double-edged sword. I can't help but feel for artists like Olivia Rodrigo who have to relive their pain every night on stage. Now, I don't know if Schumann would have been a Swiftie, but I definitely see a valid connection between Taylor and his music. And I know it's outlandish or maybe sort of crazy to say, but I think that there's a connection there. Like, the music started somewhere and it's ended up here. And I think that's really cool to recognize, not only as a songwriter, but as a sensitive person who just went through a breakup. So after all this talk about breakup anthems, it's only fair if I share one of mine. Like I said earlier, I'm like 7 or 8 songs deep on this breakup, but my favorite one so far is a slow ballad called Little Hummingbird. It's about kind of struggling with the aftermath of a breakup, the emotions that come and go, and the memories that come and go, and how there'll always be a little piece to remember them by. So this is Little Hummingbird. I hope you enjoy my music video for this. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you come back for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Display, I'd let you break it every day or two. A futile flutter to cut the silence. We're stuck up in a circle. Guess who's the pilot? just a word. No, I can't forget my hummingbird. Whoa. Fly away, it's what you made to do. I'm too slow now. I'm too slow to keep up with you, with you, with you.